the way we have put Toledo University. Okay. So here I go. Today we have with us one of my students, one of my Badmash students, one of my very notorious students, Pranav Mahajan with me. Pranav, can you wave your hand? You can see him probably on the left-hand side bottom. If everybody sees the same videos, you might see him on the left-hand side bottom of your screen. Pranav is studying in University of Cincinnati, and he is studying cyber security, and he just finished 1 year. In fact, he barely even finished 1 year, right? But yes, he finished 2 semesters completely. Usme se bhi half semester he completed by sitting at home, right? So he has finished 2 semesters. He is right now safe and sound at home in Thane, the way my son is there, as you can see in Thane. Incidentally, Pranav and Nikhil are classmates. And when Pranav was in 10th as well as 12th, he used to regularly come to my house to play PS4 on that theater which I told you about. Right? So I remember Pranav bunking his IIT classes and coming to my house along with his 3-4 other friends, and they were trying to build a drone. They were trying to build a drone. Uska scrap abhi tak mere ghar pe pada hai, Pranav. Yes, sir. Scrap of that drone is still lying in my house. Once the lockdown's over, I'll take care of it. So they used to come to my house bunking their IIT classes, and one day I called Pranav's father and I told him that Mahajan साहब वैसा भी बच्चा IIT का क्लास को बंक करके मेरे घर पे पड़ा रहता है, गेम्स खेलता है, मैं तो उसको रोकने वाला है नहीं, because that is against my religion. You need a stress buster kind of a thing. So why do you want him to compete also for India? You know, and by knowing, you know, वो drone बनाता है, वो he scratches his brain, he's always into doing something. I knew that he will be a waste in the Indian education system. Because in Indian education system, ऐसे बच्चों को कीड़ा बुलाया जाता है, कीड़ा, कीड़ा मत कर, कीड़ा मत कर. So in India, you are not allowed to do anything beyond what the teachers want you to do. So I knew that Pranav will be in a very, very bad situation in India. So I called his father and I told him that, look, Nikhil and Pranav are together from 7th standard or so, and I know this kid because he comes to my house very regularly. And usually I don't recommend it. People come to ask for an inquiry and then I enroll them. But in your case, because I know the kid, he's like my son, I am giving you an idea कि इसको इधर मत पढ़ाओ, अमेरिका पढ़ाओ. तो फर्स्ट मीटिंग में उसका डैड ने बोल दिया, मिस्टर शाह, यू आर हिज फादर, आपको जो करने का है करो. तो जैसे ही जो करने का है करो बोला, तो फिर मैं निखिल और प्रणव दोनों को दुबई लेके आया. They stayed with me in Dubai for 10 days, studied for SAT, and in 10 days they took the SAT, got good score. So Nikhil went to University of South Florida and Pranav went to Cincinnati. And today he is studying Cincinnati cyber security. Okay, so we will understand from him about his university experience. We will understand from him about cyber security, and we will understand from him the expenses. We will understand from him the do's and don'ts. Okay, of course, you can also ask him any questions that you want. So first question, Pranav, and if you want a real better experience, you can put a speaker view so that the person who's speaking will be seen on the screen and the rest of the videos will be little smaller. So, Pranav, when you went to Cincinnati, what other admissions did you have? What other options did you have?
So, I had applied to...
Your voice is a little low. You need to be putting your microphone a little...
Does this make it better?
Not really. We can hear you, not that we can't...
Issues with Zoom. Okay.
We...
Is this better? I'll try to speak a little louder.
Yeah, you can speak a little louder. You have a loud voice even otherwise. Yes.
So I had applied to 6 different universities. I had gotten admissions from all 6. I had scholarships from all 5. And really, I mean, the couple of deciding factors in me going to University of Cincinnati was that they had the specification in cybersecurity for the bachelor's degree in uh, in the bachelor's of information sciences, IT. That was one. Oh,
Okay, okay, wait. There are a lot of people giving thing that they cannot hear. So तेरे setup में जाके mic का volume बड़ा करना पड़ेगा.
yes, sir.
If you are using a Windows, then go into setup on the left hand side and then
Just a minute.
another idea that you can give you is keep logged on to this machine and from your phone
Yeah.
uh, get into the meeting again and put this particular meeting on mute. नहीं तो बोम्बा बोम हो जाएगा. ये जो अभी तूने लॉग इन किया है यहाँ पे तू म्यूट कर अपने आप को और फोन से लॉग इन कर और उसको अनम्यूट कर, फोन को अनम्यूट कर.
Oh, right, right. Okay. That I can try. Just give me a couple minutes then. I'll have to log out of the machine.
Okay. So you keep doing that till the time we will continue. So last week again, like every other week in the lockdown, was very hectic for me. Today, particularly, today's day was extremely hectic. I'm in front of the computer for the last 6.5 hours. Barely got 10 minutes to get up and eat something, and I had to ask my appointments their permission to go to the loo and come back and sit here again. So I really feel my biggest ambition of life at this age is to spend more time with people who are enrolled with me than spending time with people who are inquiring for the program. Now, I know before you also enrolled with me, you were an inquiry and I attended to you. Most of you, I can see you, Adrian, Matthew, and Ishan. Ishan, I don't, but Samit, I remember. प्रथम के डैडी को मिला हुआ मेरे को याद है, देवव्रत को मेरे को मिला हुआ याद है, फरहान अहमद I think I met. But you know, it's very, very tiring at times. Okay, Pranav, are you there? Pranav, did you manage to log in? And since morning, I was having a little bit of a migraine. Now it is much, much, much better. So in the afternoon only, I decided that it is only Pranav who will talk, and I will talk about money when I'm absolutely feeling wonderful. There is no point in talking about it when you have a headache. So, but now my headache is gone, but that tiredness or fatigue is still there. So Pranav is struggling with his hardware. Pranav, are you listening to me? Yes, we can talk about. Yes, Purva, thank you very much. Now, people who are undergoing SAT training, hello, you are very, very, we cannot hear you. Harshit, you can hear me, or my hardware is always tuck, right? I am always clear about it. Now, people who took admission in my classes sometime in March and April, they are appearing for their August SAT, right? And now there will be dhan SATs happening August and September and October and November and December. So in order to get you a good score, we will be organizing mock SAT examinations. Mock SAT examinations. There cannot be anything more important than these mock SATs to improve your score. So the people who are taking exam in August, their mocks are starting soon. People who are taking their exams in September, their mocks will start in August. The mocks are to be taken only 1 month before the exam. Okay. And the entire team is excited because they are very well prepared for the mocks. Purva Bapat, Manasi Kulkarni, and Shivali. Shivali ka surname क्या है? Three intelligent Maharashtrian girls. Gavde, yes. So तीनों मस्त मुंबईची मराठी माणूस. Okay. So very, very intelligent girls, very exciting girls. And they had a meeting with me in the afternoon and they requested me that we are very thoroughly prepared to take these mock exams. So please announce it today. So with the dedication with which you have attended all the classes, with the dedication with which you are attending Saturday programs, with the same dedication, I want you to take the mock tests. Okay. So everyone, Abhiram, uh, you will take the tests with Advait and Arun sir. Are they not equally awesome? Right? All my entire team is the best team that you can get because we are all excited people. Okay, in spite of lockdown and not going into the offices, we got a huge cake last week from someone. Okay, again thanking us. So people are going out of the way. We got two patties of Pakistani mango a few days back. We are getting WhatsApp messages and emails तो इतने आ रहे हैं कि if I share my screen with you and show you, you will have tears in your eyes. One of the best message again was Hari Iyer. Then there is a WhatsApp message which came from a Pune boy just now saying that our journeys come to an end, but you are the best mentor. I told him, idiot, no journey is complete. We only get milestones. And I want to be with you till your marriage day. So all my students here, okay, all my students, 189 students, I want to tell you one thing. I want to be friends with you till your marrying day. Okay, so I would like to guide you for your undergraduate studies. I would like to guide you for your graduate studies. I would like to guide you for your jobs. The only thing that I will not guide you is whom to marry. And once I come and eat my dinner for your wedding reception, you are not my friends anymore because I know that once a person gets married, he starts becoming wise and practical. And I don't get along with wise and practical people, right? So I like crazy and fun people. So it is my experience. My entire rock band is a testimony. Nikhil, yaad hai terko? Nikhil, do you remember Amitava coming to our house every day in the night? Every day in the night, Amitava, the drummer of my band, will come to my house and we have watched so many movies in theaters together. My entire family knew that, but once he got married, his wife started controlling his life. And now we don't meet anymore. So I want to be with your friends till your marriage. Pranav, are you audible now? No, you are mute now. So unmute yourself and try to speak. Or you can't unmute yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm done. Yeah, I'm good.
Now you are very loud. Yes. I mean, you are
In a
proper.
good way, right?
You are
In a
proper.
good way.
I'm sorry. Yes, in a very good.
Yes.
So you had
Yeah.
six universities that you had an admission from. You had five.
Scholarship.
Yeah. And then why did you select Cincinnati?
Two deciding factors that put University of Cincinnati as the obvious choice to make was that one, it was from my list of applications, it was the only university that actually had a track specialization in cybersecurity in the course of the bachelor's degree in IT. So that was already a huge advantage, and the cream on the cake really was the co-op opportunities that we get. So in my program, we get 5 co-op opportunities, and I mean co-ops, as we know, is an internship that also counts as academic credit towards the degree. That just seemed like a win-win position, and like that made University of Cincinnati the obvious choice. That's why I went for it.
So when you went there, did you think that you made a right choice, or you thought that you could have done better?
I made a I made a right choice. I absolutely did, and that decision was just reinforced over and over the
Yeah.
more time I spent.
So You are a very, I mean, amongst many students that I work with, I always found you a very observant and a very a person who has his sensitivities very clear. I mean, you always give me your opinion about the way IITs are, IIT coaching classes are taught. And
Ooh, yes, sir.
so, what is the difference that you find in studying in the US as compared to studying in India?
The stark difference that instantly stands out is the shift in power. What I mean by that is when you study in the US, you have a plethora of subjects that are offered by the university, and it's on you according to your what you want at that time, according to your career goals or according to your priorities. We have the options to pick electives the way we want to, and the advisors that we are assigned work with us. I mean, my advisor asked me to, like, what are your goals? What do you want to do? What do you wish to do? And then how can we support you? How can we help you win and succeed?
Hmm.
And that's just that instantly is the stark contrast that stands out, because I have friends who study here as well, and I mean, most of them aren't really happy with their portion or the syllabus, but it's also a factor that they don't have the power or they don't have the control to change the subjects within their degree,
Hmm.
which impresses me always. And the flexibility of the American education system is a huge bonus for me.
Wow, cool. So, how is the life there? I mean, how is university life as a freshman? What should my students expect when they go to a university?
I mean, okay, there's definitely like a sensory overload in a sense when within the first week when you get there, because it's a whole new world. It's very exciting, really. There's so much to see, there's so much to know, and expect speak a lot with your seniors because they help you, they guide you. I mean, as soon as we landed within the first week, we were speaking with our advisors. They gave us sort of the lay of the land, so to speak. They showed us there was an entire campus too, so that the newer students are accustomed to how the university works in case we have an issue. Which office do we reach out to as an international student or as a student, and what coursework we'll be taking, and they orient you very very well within the first week. So I wouldn't stress too hard about it. Just have fun, have a lot of fun.
Okay. So, do you get time enough to talk to your family, sleep, eat, attend classes, socialize? I mean, how is a typical day, or how is
So
that time managed?
before I like go into the nooks and crannies of my day, just a general statement is that your life can be, as a student, can be triaged in three major ways. One is sleep, second is social life, and third are grades. And you can only pick two.
Okay, that's very
So
well said.
yeah, there's certain sacrifices that need to be made.
That's a very okay. That's a very interesting thing. What he said is you have three things: grades, sleep, and social life. You can never have all the three. Is that
Yes,
true,
sir.
Pranav? You can never
From
have
my
all the three.
experience, yes.
You can only pick up two of these. So if you pick up grades and sleep, you can't have social life. If you have social life and sleep, you can't have grades. You know. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's cool. That's
Sorry.
cool. So in the first semester,
Yes.
did it all go in just getting settled in, or you achieved something beyond your capacity or beyond your expectation in the first semester?
Um, the first semester was quite extraordinary. I'm sorry, let me just readjust the camera real quick.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, the first semester was extraordinary. Of course, I mean, all the expectations that I had about like, there's some certain preconceived notions that, okay, university, this is approximately how I'll lead my day, etc., etc. That practically goes out of the window once you touch down on the tarmac.
Right.
So essentially, adaptation and figuring out, once I got my curriculum plan and how my classes are going to be laid out, it was relatively easy to set the schedule for the day. Um, and during the first semester is actually when I got to know a lot about the professors. I spoke to all of my teachers, and then a really interesting thing happened. So here's an anecdote that might take a few minutes, but I was just talking with my friends, and a teacher overheard us, and then after a while he joined into the conversation casually and asked me a couple more things about like IT, what I know, etc., etc. And then they mentioned about like, a professor who was conducting a research, and they thought that I'd be a good fit. So I then contacted the professor through email, etc. And uh, I believe, and this was around about mid sem of fall 2019. I introduced myself to the professor, and I asked him about the research I inquired, and then I gave my 2 cents on it from a cybersecurity perspective, since it was a very development focused project. And he was impressed, and he asked me if I would like to work with him,
Hmm,
and I instantly agreed because, of course.
cool.
So that opportunity happened in first semester, and I'd never comprehended this would happen
Right, true.
for
That's
real.
very true. To get an opportunity to work on research right in the first semester is something extraordinary. Uh,
Yeah,
what is the GPA in the first semester
4.0.
and
Very proud,
second
very proud.
second semester?
3.990,
Okay, so that's almost a four.
almost a 4.
So you got a four on both the semesters. And how many credits did you finish till now?
46, I believe. And
Wow.
this is including the AP transfers.
So do you recommend people to take APs before this?
Hands down, like no questions asked, just do it. It's worth it. It really is worth it.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what he's saying is a normal student does 15 credits in one semester. He has been studying there for 2 semesters, so he should have finished 30 credits. But because he took some APs also, he has completed 46 credits. So he's already 1 semester ahead. Now,
Yeah.
this kid became my student in his 12th standard. So I threw him 6 months ahead. Hari Iyer joined me in 11th standard. So I had 2 years to throw Hari Iyer. So first year I threw him for 6 months. Then I picked him up again and I threw him again for 6 months. So totally Hari Iyer has been thrown ahead in his life. Hari, no hard feelings, okay? It's just a metaphor. So Hari is ahead in life by 1 year. So taking APs is a good
It's a
idea.
benefit. It's a huge
When
benefit
did
for
you
sure.
make your first money in the US?
Ooh, when did I make my first money? That was the first moment the check hit the bank account was in November for sure.
Very good. So you went in end of August, and in
Yeah,
November your bank account was
credited.
credited with some money. That money you got for doing what?
It was research. I was working part time as a student researcher.
And he paid you, is it?
Yes, I mean I did it pro bono for a couple months. Because of course, I mean, before they put their money down on me, they had to trust me, and they needed to see if I'm truly with it. And once they did trust me enough, yes, it was a relatively easier conversation.
What is co-op and how did you go about it?
Okay, co-op is, according to University of Cincinnati's guidelines, a co-op is an internship program that lasts about 13 weeks, and it has to be paid. And
Paid by
we
you?
are
Paid by you or paid?
No, you get paid. Like the employer has to pay the employee. Yes, and we are given questionnaires. It's almost sort of less of a test, more of a survey that we are supposed to answer. at the start of the co-op, at the midpoint of the co-op, and at the end of the co-op. Uh, at the start, we are supposed to mention what are the particular career goals that we're looking for, and in the mid survey, we mention about how we have worked towards achieving those. And I'm assuming, I'm not at the end of my co-op yet, but at the end, I'm assuming they'll ask us to reflect upon it and in specifics further describe how we have achieved it.
Okay. So, how do you find somebody who's willing to pay you for a co-op? How did you go about it?
I was. It's the standard job hunt process. It's not easy,
Uh,
but unfortunately, everything that I had lined up for summer due to the COVID madness, everything got cancelled. I had continued researching from my fall semester towards my spring. So I went to my professors and I asked them if I can count this as a co-op, and they worked with me. They worked with the co-op faculty, and then I essentially currently right now I'm a full-time researcher for the University
oh,
of Cincinnati.
so do you mean to say sitting at home, uh, having home cooked food,
Yes,
and
sir.
being with parents, you are being paid in the American dollars?
Yes, sir.
What nonsense, yeah. Okay. So 40 hours a week,
40 hours a week.
15 $15 an hour.
Yes, sir.
So that's $600 into four. $2,500 a month is what this idiot is making. I can call him an idiot. I have been knowing him since he was,
You can,
yeah,
for sure.
right. So $2,500 a month sitting in Thane, eating mom's cooked food, and making that kind of net money. So 3 months, 2,500 a month, $7,500. When he goes back, he has money enough to pay for his semester's fee, right? And
Yes.
like Nikhil, one good thing about this generation, you know, Nikhil and Pranav, ये लोगों, and all of you, of course, Hari and all my students, जब भी हम लोग, now this is not about your parents, okay? This is me, who's working as your mentor today. जब मैं तुम्हारी उम्र का था ना, I was a nightmare for my parents. And we were only talking about, ये लड़की के पीछे भाग, वो लड़की के पीछे भाग, ये गलत काम कर, वो गलत काम कर. Most of us rotten people in our generation, the first thing that we will pick up is smoking. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
this generation, when I see, they're into gymming. They're big time into gymming. Like Nikhil is into gymming. My other friends' children are into gymming. They're big time away from bad habits. And one new thing is emerging, and that is all of them are getting into investments. I was talking to Pranav, and Pranav also told me that he has bought some stocks which have already appreciated with his own money. And
Yes,
Nikhil
sir.
has already invested heavily in the sense, उसके जान के हिसाब से heavily in the stock market, which I came to know much later. So you're also invested into stocks, Pranav.
Yes, sir. Before I address that, I have uh, Somik Somik Pradhan actually asked me a question. Can I address that real quick, just for
Yeah.
everyone in the chat?
Yeah.
He asked me, does AP and co-op save time at UC? Like less than 5 years. So, my degree for bachelor's in IT is 5 years duration. Um, and within the degree, the caveat is that it is compulsory for us in order to graduate. We have to complete 5 semesters of co-ops. Now, there's differences in each college. I believe business majors don't have to, and it's varying from college to college. So co-ops are a set part of your curriculum that won't exactly change the timeline in any way, but AP will, because AP gives you transferable credits that you can add to your educational career to further yourself from what you would have otherwise had.
Okay. Now coming to
Yes.
stock market, how did you get into stock market?
How did I get into stock market? Well, I spoke a lot with seniors about just what they do, and it came up pretty often. And again, like for an 18-year-old, it was a very foreign idea. I had next to none knowledge to it, and a senior of mine told me about an application. So there's literally apps created that let you invest in stock market, which is very interesting to me as an IT major. So then I essentially talked to my family instantly about, hey, like this is I mean, I really want to get into investing, and then just how do I start, how do I get started? And then my dad told me, guided me a little. He gave me, I my first instinct was to go to YouTube. I'll admit it. And there's a lot of information on the internet. I consume content on a daily basis these days. I speak to my father. I speak to my seniors, and yeah, that's how I went about it. Essentially, I am investing through an
So
application.
what is the size of your portfolio right now?
Oh man, it's 5 figures. It's 5 figures.
5 figures? Oh shit.
It's 5 figures.
Okay, that's cool. Nikhil, how did you get into investing? Because again, I mean, I never invested a single rupee of mine in stock market. Your grandfather is big time into it.
Yes, my story was pretty much the same. All my friends were into investing, and there's this app called Robinhood, which lets you trade for free, so no commission, nothing. And it's like logging into Instagram. Like
It
you
really
sign up
is.
for an Instagram account, you just download the app, you make it, you just sign up. All you have to do is put in your SSN and some documents, and within 2 days, you can trade on the app. So it was very easy, and I always wanted to do it. I'm a business major, and I'd always been thinking about it that, as soon as I start making money, I'm going to start investing some of it. So
Good, yeah, good. Proud of my son. So how much you put in and how much it has become now?
I put in $4,000, and now it's just shy of 5,000. So
Not bad.
4,970 something.
And none of that 4,000 is my money.
No, I think 2,000 is your money.
Okay. When did I give you that?
You paid for tuition and rent, and then I got a refund because the semester got cut short.
Right.
Okay. So so it's university's money which they refunded to you
Yeah.
for housing, right?
But you paid for the housing.
Yeah, I paid for his housing, but he never lived in that house. So he got that money back. Now, instead of giving that money back to me, he invested in the stock market. I'm very happy. If he would have given that money back to me, I would have spent it. Now he's
Which is
growing.
why I didn't get back to you. Maybe
So, boys and girls, gymming and investing in the stock market as hobbies of youngsters, I can't pray for a better world than this. I feel ashamed of my own younger days in front of these kids because, as I've said, you know, uh, it was shabby, it was bad, it was something that I will never be proud of in front of. I mean, these kids give me an inferiority complex that I wish I was born in this era, kind of thing. So here is Pranav Mahajan applying to six. Pranav, do you remember that I called your entire family in a coffee shop?
Yes, sir.
Very angry on you during Diwali. Do you remember that?
Guilty as charged, sir. Yes.
I gave you a shot, right?
Yeah.
Now, I was so angry with this boy, and it was Diwali time, peak Diwali time. So the offices were closed, and I wanted to give my peace of mind to him. So I called the family to Nikhil, if you know, T Villa, kya? T Villa, na? T Villa Cafe. So will you talk about it, Pranav? Because that will help this year's students.
Hold on. I'm just getting a lot of questions on chat. Well, my stat score was 1360. Adrian Matthew.
Yeah. So who's talking? I don't know. I will mute everyone. Wait.
Yeah, for sure.
Now unmute yourself again, Pranav, and talk.
Okay. Okay. We're good?
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So the T Villa event was essentially I had an image of certain universities that I wanted to apply to because I was admittedly going through global ranking of the university. Oh, the camera's shaky. I was going through the global rankings of the universities, and I selected. I remember I'd selected University of California, UCSD, I believe. I had MIT on the list. I had a couple of Ivy Leagues in there. I had Californian colleges, universities, um, and yeah. So essentially,
And my list was completely different than
very,
his
very.
so-called dream colleges. And the bugger was not applying to the colleges at all. And I used to, get messages that he's still not applied and still not applied. And when I asked him, he said, no, 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 I want to go to University of California. I said, you're not my customer and I'm not Kesari Tours and Travels that you will tell me where you have to go. Okay, I'm a consultant and you're my student. You shut up and listen to me.
Yes, sir.
So we met. And so what do you feel today after 1 year? Would you be more happy with an Ivy League or at UC?
I wouldn't trade this for the world.
Why?
Simply because, and it is you foresaw this before anyone else, and I'll address the questions in the chat a little bit later. But yeah, it's exactly what you said. In Ivy League schools, it's mostly not usually not the professors; it's the teaching assistants that teach, which is not the experience that you're paying your fees for. And in UC, I've relatively received more professional interaction. I can like go up to the professors in my college. I can speak to them if I have doubts very freely. And there's a lot more personal attention given that, I mean, of course, like you have to put the work in. If you're a good student, you're really respected there by your peers as well as your professors. It's not the environment. It's not the same environment as it is out here, which I've heard from my friends.
So would you agree that it is the undergraduate experience which is more important than the ranking after actually experiencing it?
Absolutely, because I mean, I'll admit it. Before I'd experienced all of this, I had the classic mindset that the name on your degree paper matters so much more ahead in your life. But honestly, it's what you do and what you achieve, which speaks volumes more than it ever could.
Your father wrote a beautiful WhatsApp to me
Yes, sir.
saying that you got a very nice gift on your 19th birthday. Can you talk about that gift on 19th birthday that you got?
Oh, it was honestly exhilarating. I had my first research paper published um on my birthday. I got the confirmation message on my birthday, and it was unbelievable to honestly think that I could that the paper that I write could honestly get published. It was very nice. I had been working on that idea. I believe as soon as like mid-November was initially when I came up with that inception, and it is it just flows naturally. I mean, I had the idea. I walked up to the professor that I was working under, and I discussed it with him. I said, "Hey, I have an idea," and he's like, "Sure, come into my office at this time." He allotted 2 hours to me, and then we sat. We discussed my idea, and we further elaborated on it. He gave his input, and then then he said that this seems like a very solid idea. I want you to try and write a paper about this, and as a student who's never done that before, it's very intimidating. Of course, it's your first time and everything's anew. But I mentioned that to him, and he guided me through the process. We like I used to write volumes, and then he'd help me edit it, etc., etc. And then it was more of a teamwork instead of that divide that you generally notice between a teacher and a student, and it was just a very friendly experience.
Okay.
And right now I'm co-authoring another paper like, during my co-op.
Wow. Amazing.
Yes,
Amazing.
sir.
One last question from my side before you start answering questions of other students and parents.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Suppose the COVID wouldn't have been there.
Hmm.
Would you like to spend the summer with the family eating amras puri of your mom, or be in the US logging your ass off and getting through all the difficult times and fending on yourself and work? What would be your personal choice?
To answer your question, I would always pick the hustle. No, no, no questions asked.
And you will
As
always take the
I, I will always pick the hustle, the working hard for just slogging, because I enjoy it. Number one, but in retrospect, looking back at everything, and as scary as it is facing the challenge the first time, once you conquer it in retrospect, it's like wow, wow, I really did that.
yeah.
And it's always fun. I mean, right now, my career plan, according to my career plan, if I go in spring or hopefully this semester, fall semester, if I'm able to go, I don't think I will be coming back until summer 2022.
Okay. So can I say that you are missing your university life as much as you would be missing your girlfriend if you had one?
Yes, sir. It's reverse homesickness. Yes.
Reverse homesickness. Okay, that's a good one. Nikhil, what about you? I mean, are you, because you have always been a grandparent's grandchild and very comfortable at home, so are you missing your university life?
Um, I wanted to spend May to August at home. I wanted to spend 3 months at home, my whole summer. Um, I came here in March, so I got 2 extra months, and I've enjoyed both of those months with my
Bonus.
grandparents, with my mom. If I had the choice, I would go for fall, but with how the situation is, I'm gonna wait till spring, and I have no problem doing that.
Cool. Any questions from your side? Kirti Joshi, what is your major, Pranav?
My major right now is bachelor's in information technology with a specialization in cybersecurity.
Okay. Is your dad around in the meeting?
He is, but I'm wearing headphones.
Okay. So if any parents want to speak to his father, he is available. Just I'm saying, if you have any questions for him or anything like
No, the chat's going to be flooded.
that. Arya, what does the college do to promote student involvement in campus groups, extracurricular activities, or volunteering?
Uh, so I have received a scholarship that's known as the Bearcats Everywhere Scholarship, Bearcat being the mascot of my university. Within that scholarship, in order to maintain it, we have to log in about 30 hours per 2 semesters of volunteer work, of pure volunteer work. So we have a whole website and application dedicated to it where we can access, and it's not just volunteer opportunities within the university, it's also the companies from within the city who come and create like application forms, or if we have sports events within the university, you can volunteer for that, and those hours add up and count towards maintaining your scholarship. So that's one. And secondly, University of Cincinnati, every fall semester they have what's called as it's an event where they showcase all of their student organizations, and it's a great place to get involved. And it's very fun actually. Every student organization has like a showcase what they've been working on, what they're doing. You can see a couple of robots around. There's the student group who's actually building like a race car of sorts, which is pretty cool. And you get to see a lot of things that are happening in and around the university during that time, and you can sign up to student organizations, which is always a great way to get involved with other students.
Okay. What do cybersecurity students do?
Cybersecurity students. So the first couple years of your classes will be relatively uh, simple. It's not going to be too complex. They're going to make sure that you get your foundations strong. And we mainly study networks. We study for currently we are studying general applications, and as we go later towards the third and fourth year, sophomore, junior, and senior years of my degree, There is so University of Cincinnati has developed an application which is now picked up and in collaboration with the state of Ohio, and they are calling it the Ohio Cyber Range, which essentially is a safe place for students to actually practice cybersecurity and
Wow,
practice hacking. Because the best way to learn is to do.
nothing better than that.
Yes, and they've
How much?
created like the safe space.
Yeah. How much scholarship have you received, and what GPA is required to maintain it?
I have received $10,000 in collector scholarship. One of it was part of an international outreach program, and the other was awarded to me by my by my college specifically, a school of IT. Um, it requires a minimum of 3.2 GPA to maintain the scholarship, as well as the 30 hours of volunteer work per 2 semesters, as I mentioned.
Being a JEE student, how would you rate AP's comparison compared to JEE?
Um, I still found it relatively easier as compared to JEE. And then again, yeah, no, APs are relatively easy. I wouldn't stress too much about it, but definitely put the work in.
Yeah.
Also, one quick thing that I want to mention is that every university has a differing, so APs are scored out of 5, but every university has a different cutoff rate. So you might want to study that according to your application list.
Yeah. Would you recommend them that I should train them on APs?
Oh, absolutely. No questions asked. That gives you transferable credit, and that is a huge advantage. You don't, if you want, you don't have to, you can shift your classes according to the semesters due to the flexibility of the American system. And in case you're getting burnt out or you want to, like take it easy for a semester, taking APs and transferring credits through those actually gives you the ability to do that.
Hari has answered it very nicely. APs are fun to learn, so naturally it makes them much easier also.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Hari Iyer, Pranav, Nikhil, and any other people who have been trained in APs by me, will you agree that a good training program, a good mentorship program will always help you in doing better? Hari, you will agree with me, Nikhil?
100%, 100%.
Of course, it's the make or break factor.
So I am going to be with you. Don't try to, you know, do it on your own. Do it in a haphazard way. I will be with you, and when I will talk on APs, that will be the day that you will watch me. I have something very amazing about APs that I will talk in the month of September. Uh, how was your 12th marks converted to GPA?
I didn't do that. You're not supposed to do that during application either, for the record.
So
Uh,
Amal,
Standard.
before his 12th standard exam started, he had all his admits in his hands
Yeah.
because once he was patched up badly in that Tea Villa cafe in Diwali, that guy got some sense into him and he applied on time. Pranav, do you agree that applying on time gets you the best?
The earlier you apply, the better. I mean, I would go so far as saying don't even look at the deadline. That's immaterial. As soon as you get your the list of universities you have to apply to, just go, go,
Thank,
go.
thank God you said that. Now, please, parents, make a note of this somewhere. Don't even look at the deadlines. Apply as early as you can. Please make a note of this. I'm here to save and give you a career of your lifetime.
I'll
And
second that.
if any parent, particularly parent who's thinking कि शाह साहब भी है ना बराबर जो बच्चा सक्सेसफुल हुआ है ना उसको ही बुला के हमको येड़ा बनाते हैं. If any person is feeling like that, I'm willing to pick up a random student of your choice. You can just tell me कि एक random बच्चे को बुलाते हैं और मैं random को बुलाएगा. And anybody who will come in the program will say that they have learned a lot, they have done very well, and they are enjoying their undergraduate career. That's my challenge to you. Okay. Farhan, I can't, there are 183 people. Do you expect me to answer everyone? Farhan, please. Okay, you can leave whenever you want, my child. These Saturday meetings are not something that is compulsory. I'm trying to do something good for you. Okay, and I cannot respond everybody individually. Dhirendra Pandey is asking how and when to apply.
I
You know,
mean, you have it handled.
The Mumbai people are very, very well aware about a political party called Shiv Sena, right? Shiv Sena. And the head of Shiv Sena was Balasaheb Thackeray, right? Shiv Sena had a rule: follow what Balasaheb Thackeray says. If fact is a Shiv Sena, treat me like a Balasaheb Thackeray. देखो मेरा भी दाढ़ी सफेद हो गया बालासाहेब ठाकरे के जैसा. So when to apply, how to apply? You may think I'm being very headstrong. Please, yeah, Karishma, Billy Moria, Abhishek, Devabrat, Devendra Pandeyji, Sania, Adrian,
And
all
I'm
the
getting
video
flooded with
here,
questions.
right? My passion of life is to give your children a wonderful life. My request to you is follow me to the T. My commitment to you is I will get it done. Because I have mastered it for 22 years. I'm like Sachin Tendulkar of this game, yeah. So just follow me and leave the rest to me. Thank you, Shreya Patil. I know you trust me, yeah. I know you trust me. But you know, you ask the doctors, the general practicing doctors of this era, सब डॉक्टर लोग भी परेशान है क्योंकि पेशेंट डॉक्टर का बात सुनता नहीं है. वो डॉक्टर का बात सुनता है, घर पे जाके गूगल करता है, फिर डॉक्टर को फोन करता है. So there has been a lot of doubt and people use googling as research. I have done my own research. Now, I will explain to you, but that only results into, you know, getting not as good results. Okay, the mothers are giving you trouble. Yeah, I call them parking lot parenting. Okay, so that's what.
So
Oh yes,
just
one
really quick.
second.
Okay.
Harish Saab is telling me something. Harish Mansinghani's son is enrolled with me. Is that so, Harish? आपका बेटा मेरे साथ enrolled है अभी, हरीश भाई? Yes. और आपकी बेटी को मैंने 2-3 साल पहले भेजा है, हरीश भाई? Yes or no? Yes. And you know, the next time we will have a meeting with Nikita Mansinghani, who's doing architecture in University of Nebraska. Does that sound like a good plan? Right? She's from Muscat. Harish Bhai is a wonderful person. He called me the other day and spoke to me for a long time and, you know, gave me so much of well wishes. I said, Nikita, agar itna acha kar rahi hai, to hum usko bhi bulayenge. Right? Yes, the recordings will be available. So that's what a good career plan is. Instead of 1 hour, we have gone already to 1 hour and 8 minutes. This is what? Please, my son is playing laptop game, not listening. So खेलने दो यार उसको, खेलने दो. वो क्यों नहीं खेल रहा है?
So just real quick, I think Soumik Pradhan, he's an incoming fall 2020 student at UC. I can't text everyone right now because I'm getting like a lot of private messages on the chat, but I'm on a phone and I can't really text right now.
Right.
So UC has a whole WhatsApp group, which is it creates a group of seniors as well as juniors, like incoming freshmen and then sophomores, etc. So just hit me up on the group and I'll answer your questions later.
Okay. Now, Pranav, there
Yes,
is a rule of addressing this meeting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have to promise me that you will not entertain anybody's questions on emails. you will not accept anybody's request on LinkedIn to join your network. Okay? Because again, you know, this inquisitiveness of people.
Yeah.
कि एक बार एक आदमी को पैसा दिया है, फिर भी 50 लोगों को पूछने का जिनको पैसा नहीं दिया है. And then trying to contaminate. अरे एक आदमी का सुनो, वो अच्छा करके देगा आपको. वो आदमी का जितना परीक्षा लेना है लो. So Pranav, you will refrain from answering anybody, right? Directly. You can say, ask this question to Mr. Shah or anybody at fact.
Yeah. That's why hence I'm refraining from like discussing my fees, etc. Because that, for the record, varies from college to college.
And दूसरा क्या है मालूम है Pranav? It's not about anything else. But ये एक आदत हो गया है सभी का. और ये कोई भी अगर आपको लगता है कि मैं गलत बात कर रहा हूं ना, आपके खुद के डॉक्टर को जाके मिलो आप. Your own doctor, and ask him, are people not in the name of second opinion or getting more information? You know? So, Harish bhai, you will call Nikita next Saturday at 6 o'clock Dubai time, 7:30 India time. I will share the meeting ID to your WhatsApp. You can transfer it to her WhatsApp. Keep me out of it, Harish bhai. मेरे वीक शेड्यूल को आप देखेंगे तो आप रो पड़ेंगे. वो ट्विंकल जो मेरे को वीकली शेड्यूल भेजती है ना सुबह में, वो शेड्यूल में अगर आपको दिखाऊंगा तो आप रो पड़ेंगे. इतना धन 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 मीटिंग रहता है. और उसमें फिर ट्विंकल मेरे को काम पे लगाती है कि सर आपने प्रणव महाजन का बोला था, अभी उसको कांटेक्ट करो. तो वो भी जिम्मेदारी मेरे ऊपर आती है. तो प्रणव के साथ मैंने रात को 1-1 बजे बात किया है कि बाबा तेरे को ये टाइम पे आना है, ये करना है. सो हरीश भाई, निकिता को बुलाने की पूरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आपकी. ट्विंकल, you will find Harish Mansinghani or Advait or anybody from my office. Please keep me out of it. I'm getting old and I like to do what I do best. I don't like to do these administrative tasks. Twinkle. So between Twinkle and Harish, ता बेओ सिंधी आयो तो तुम लोग साथ में मिलके निकिता को बुलाओ. Okay? Twinkle, good. So, मजा आया? You loved it. Good. So let us.
It's always great to talk to people and try to inspire someone. It's always great.
Yeah. So Twinkle is also a Sindhi. Yes, Harish bhai. All my wonderful colleagues are Sindhi. My wife is a Sindhi, Harish bhai. My kids are half Sindhi, half Gujarati. So. Yes, it was informative. It was great. So give me us on a scale of 5 this program.
Hey,
count.
Great reviews.
Yay. And Pranav, you spoke to about 190 people, most of them with 2 people listening to you. So that's like addressing 400 people at one go, right?
Absolutely.
I think you couldn't have spent your evening better than this.
No.
And I'm absolutely proud of you. Nikhil, I'm also proud of you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Do well, keep doing well. Guide all the students coming to UC from FACT. Once they reach there, mentor them.
Yes, sir.
But till the time they reach there, don't answer queries. Tell them to do it to me. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed today. The people who attended it for the first time, you may find a little out of place for 1 or 2 Saturdays. But once you understand that, there is a method in this madness, you will love it, because you saw that most of the people gave 515. So, so Sutar Saab, Orion Sutar, did you like it? He is the first time person. Mehak is now getting into fact culture very well. Mehak, are you enjoying with us? She liked the 3 stages of university life, Pranav. Mehak says that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very, very good thing. Is it possible to arrange student of astronomy in coming session? Astronomy का जो मेरा बच्चा है ना, वो बात ही नहीं करता यार. Pandurang sir, my astronomy, astrophysics guy, Neil Narvekar, इतना quiet बच्चा है. चलो उसको बुलाएंगे क्या? क्योंकि
उसको पकड़ के जरा मारना पड़ेगा, फिर आएगा वो लाइन पे।
हाँ तो करेंगे ना चंचल। 22 साल के मेरे करियर के टॉप 10 बच्चों के जितना टैलेंटेड है, if somebody asks me which are the top 10 talented people that I have guided in 22 years of my career, Neil Narvekar will be one of them. Would you like to meet him also? Astrophysics, Aryan? Cool. So next Saturday, Nikita for architecture. उसका next Saturday, नील नार्वेकर. वो बात नहीं करता है बिल्कुल, बहुत अजीब है वो. He will all answer in one word and all that kind of thing.
He's very zoned in.
Right. Wonderful. So मेडिकल का आना इम्पॉसिबल है देवव्रत. उनको उनके माँ बाप के साथ बात करने का टाइम नहीं रहता है. वो तुम्हारे साथ क्या बात करेंगे? मेडिकल पीपल इम्पॉसिबल. Sir, we have met all kinds of Ajib. Okay. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful dinner. Sleep well. Thank you,
Yes,
Pranav.
sir.
Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you, all the FACT team, and thank you, all the FACT students. Have a wonderful week. And next Saturday, it has become like Ramayana and Mahabharat ka television serial. You know, I'm looking forward to these Saturdays. And I keep getting messages from my students that we keep looking forward for Saturday evening 6 o'clock meetings.
Oh yeah, even I was very excited.
Right? So it's like those old days are coming back.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Bye-bye, Pranav. Thanks, bye.